Welcome to Classic Comics Cavalcade. I'm Jason Sachs.
I'm Amir Malikpour.
We are continuing our look at the amazing run of Walt Simonson on Thor with Thor 339. Just a fantastic comic, but I say that every week. Amir, I say that every week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is the classic comics cavalcade.
So it had better be a classic, right?
Yeah.
It better be a classic. And this comic's got, Marvel's old phrase, this comic's got it all, but this comic's got it all.
Got it all.
Walt Simonson, our writer artist, just like juggles so much in this issue. It's just a masterpiece. It's a classic. Oh my God, I'm using my phrase. It's a classic.
It's a classic comic book.
It's a classic comic. So let's join the cavalcade. I can't stand the coloring in that book I've been using off of Kindle. So I had to pull up a copy of the original cover, complete with all the dots and stuff on it. Isn't that just a fantastic cover though? I mean, you can see all the dots there.
Oh, is this the assistant? No, it's not.
Yeah, it was during
wow.
Assistant Editors Month.
But this is not it's not a crazy out of the box story. I mean, it is and it isn't, right?
Yeah.
It's a classic story, but it's not like a crazy assistant editor thing.
Yeah, no one did anything crazy for the issue. Aside from the regular craziness Walt Simonson brings to the issue.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just love the coloring compared to this version in the new edition of it, which is just, it's flashy. Go back a page. That's just a little too flashy, too clean. Look at the difference, all the pinks and stuff on this one. Everything's just like gaudy and flashy and bold, and here it's just like both too subtle and too bold at the same time.
I don't even know where that wooden stuff came from. The previous page. Oh, okay. The previous page, the pink, you don't even notice the wooden stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
this hammer glows so differently.
Like, why would I even need to see that wooden stuff? Like, I don't care. I care about Stormbreaker and Beta Ray Bill. I don't care about like the building in the background.
Are you listening, Marvel? Just don't do too much. Yeah. It's too much.
However, I mean, it is difficult coloring on this kind of paper, but yeah, they shouldn't have really this is
There's a scene later on in the issue that looks really like overcolored too. But it starts, next page, it starts so well. Bill has won the battle in the previous issue and he collapses at the same time Thor collapses.
I love it. It's so classic. It's just like wrestling.
Yeah.
Two good wrestlers, they fought to the death, almost near death. And then Vince McMahon, All Father of Thor's father.
Right.
Revives them.
Well, Thor, Odin's up there with his hawk, like Vince McMahon, watching everything, judging what he's seeing.
Yeah.
In terms of the dynamics of this page, I realize I get on this kick sometimes. You know how I was reading that diagonals are really a way that you can convey power in a page? The diagonal as opposed to straight up and down. Look at all the diagonals on this page. Over and over again, Simonson draws something that makes the image more dramatic than it would otherwise be. Like even the way Bill is holding Thor, it's like not the way Superman holds Supergirl on that Crisis cover. There's an angle to him, so it feels more dramatic.
Well, he can barely hold him because he's near death himself.
Yeah. Like his armor's chipping. You can see it next to his head.
This is a great page. And then you see Odin holding Mjolnir.
Yeah.
I like that hawk right next to him, or a crow, or whatever it is.
It's such a simple drawing, and it's so dynamic. With the claws pointing like triangles. I just say, the more we look at Simonson, the more I love his work.
And then there's like this big old staff right in front of our face.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Almost as if like hey, you're not really supposed to be seeing this. Stay
Mhm.
back. And then we immediately get like
Yeah,
this
that's the
dynamic down view.
yeah, that's the wrestler thing I'm talking about. Like they just both fall down, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that beautiful full panel of Odin's face.
I like it how like the on panel 4, one of the Asgardian people or women saying like, I for one would be interested to learn just how mechanical he is.
Right?
And
I
kids
love
reading
that.
it, they're like, "Oh, guess what? I don't know what that means. All right, whatever."
Well, she wants to know more about Mr. Bill.
Yeah. And then the other woman who like co-conspired with Loki, what's
Uh-huh.
her name? I forget her name.
Oh, I forgot. Lorelai.
Lorelai, yeah. I don't know her history. Is she a bad person? Like,
I don't remember her much. I think she might be a Simonson creation.
oh, got it. Okay.
I love their little cattiness there.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're still mad at each other from the events in the previous issue.
Mhm.
But then we get this beautiful foreshadowing here on page 3 too, where Sif says, "Handsome is as handsome does."
Mhm.
Bill's a hero just like Thor's a hero. And Lorelai teases her, maybe you should embrace the alien, but
Mhm.
Sif is interested in the man behind the beauty.
Mhm. That goes really well with a lot of nerds reading this. Just kidding.
And then Thor's tormented by being
Including myself.
defeated.
But sorry, I just was including myself. I'm not making fun of any nerds. I'm
Oh
a
my
nerd.
God. You and me both, dude.
Mhm.
There's reasons why we're friends and I'm not too cool for you.
No,
I
we're
could
all.
never be too cool for you. I would be cool if I had a bed like Thor's though.
Mhm. I
Look at that
know.
headboard. Oh my God. That's a headboard fit for a god
Yeah. Also, a 10-year-old boy.
or a 10-year-old boy. I think my wife would kill me if I brought home a headboard like that. Hey, you know what, dear? I found this at the craft fair. I think I'm gonna buy it for us. It's only
The Vi-
$3,000, but it's handmade.
yeah, I found this at just the Viking craft fair I was at this weekend.
It was over in Norristown. I was in Ballard, I guess.
Mhm. It's your area.
uh Thor's tortured by losing.
Mhm. He's
Uh,
gonna quit.
Yeah. And this is like he's got real motivation, right?
He's like a trust fund baby. He's all like, "Oh, Dad, I lost. All right, I'm just gonna go to Europe for the rest of. I just go like go on a trip to the stars." I'm like, dude.
Don't be like one of the kids on Succession or something. But then this is the scene that I love so much in this issue. This might be my favorite scene in the issue,
Mm,
where Bill's like, I feel so I won, it's fair and square, but I feel so guilty about it because Thor's your hero.
mhm,
And I was too I couldn't bring myself to kill Thor, even though it's what we're supposed to do, because I was I was too kind of struck by how great he was.
mhm,
And Odin says, "You saved my son, so therefore I'm going to give you the same gift I gave to my son." And
mhm,
I mean, think about the evolution already in our perception of Bill after 3 issues.
mhm,
He's comes from being this weird space alien who we're just repulsed by to this incredibly heroic figure.
mhm. With honor.
So much honor. And you can't help but like him and admire him.
Mhm.
Now, what do you think of the last panel? The silhouette.
It's like a. It seems like it's like an end of an episode, you know, because I do like this. I mean, it's kind of cool. I wonder if it's like he's all like, I gotta dash it out. I gotta finish this in 30 days. I'm writing, inking, penciling.
Right. Yeah, the other thing is like there's a lot of words, but it doesn't feel like it's too wordy somehow.
No, it's not. I don't know. It's not.
I don't know how he pulls it off. And then we get this side story here. Let's look at that face in panel 4. E Tree or whatever his name is. Look at that. He's as grizzled as could be.
Mhm. The dwarfs.
This is the page that the panel I thought was really overcolored. I was going to pull up my original, didn't get a chance to.
I really enjoyed this storyline. I don't want to ruin it, but this whole thing about what happens with the dwarfs,
Mm-hmm.
or like he comes to the dwarfs and he's like, "Yeah, I need you to make a hammer for me." And Eitri is like, "Well, we have a lot of resentment. You push me down into darkness." Like, I mean, it's interesting how the gods made them go into the mines, you know. And then
Right.
he's like, "I need something from you before I can." And it's just like this whole. And then I also like, what happens, and basically he's asking Odin, like, "You need a female warrior to come down and battle our biggest dwarf champion, and if he beats her, I'll make it for you. But if she loses, she becomes essentially his slave."
Yeah. Yeah. Like the drama of that. And
I
then
had to look,
Sif
sorry,
rides off without even thinking about it, it seems.
I had to look up that word where he says to serve our champion as his chattel or chattel. I had to look up that word, which means possession.
Okay. I wasn't sure what that meant either.
I mean, we assume, I thought it was his wife or something, but yeah, it's his possession.
His possession. Okay. Like a
Like,
cow or something.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting. And she charges off, ready to go, like a warrior,
That she is.
like she is. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I
Bill
don't
and Thor have this kind of reconciliation, not reconciliation, but kind of peace here. And
know.
again, like Bill is so complimentary.
Mhm.
You're gonna say something?
I was just gonna the storytelling on the next page when you go, like, I just love how what Simonson just weaves in and out of. I almost wonder if Louis Simonson helped him with storytelling. I don't know.
Oh,
Or
makes
just
sense.
learning by osmosis, because he's so good with like jump cuts,
Yeah, you're right.
and it's not confusing, at least not to me.
Mm-hmm. It's done so well.
Mm.
And we get a sense of Sif as a goddess.
And she volunteers to do it. I mean, he says, "Hey, I need you to do this, but I'm not no pressure, Sif." Sif's all like, "Nah, I want to do this.
I am empty and thought the battle would fill my need.
I need I need Beta Ray to like me."
Right. Well, she's also a little traumatized, I think, by Beta Ray beating up Thor.
You think so? I think she's seeing the honor in Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, true. But I think she's also like shocked. Maybe I feel like she's wrestling with her emotions a little bit.
I think she's mad at Thor because she thinks Thor cheated on her. And then she's all like, "Okay, well, if he's not gonna want me, then."
Although also you're right, Amir. Because she's saying in the last panel there, I I'm kind of crushing on Bill.
Yeah.
I think I think he's amazing. He's as brave as Thor, and Thor's my love. So I'm a little tormented by this.
Still, I would find favor in his eye. And though he wears a guise as alien as any I have ever seen, still I would find favor in his eyes. Still, I would show him that I too am a warrior born.
Yeah, she doesn't care what he looks like. Because she knows who he is under the skin.
Mhm.
And then this battle, another great battle.
Mhm.
Simonson's drawn the greatest battles.
And that guy does not look like a dwarf.
It's
He's
kind of
big.
big.
Yeah.
Immediately like, "You've given me my wife," and she's like, "Think again, braggart." She, then we get this tangent here, which gives us our story of Heimdall
I like how Walt
or Balder,
Simonson.
excuse me.
So I think going back, I think you mentioned in one of our previous episodes that Thor was not a popular comic book, right? Before Walt Simonson came on, it was just kind of like meandering
Yeah,
theme. It seems like Walt Simonson has been giving like full reign to like do whatever he wants, and he's just like putting in little storylines that he's gonna like finish up later,
yeah,
putting in like little things that he wants to add later. I've heard that in storytelling, especially with sequential storytelling like this, they always, you don't even know what's gonna happen with these stories. Um, but you want to like have something for the future, so you just sprinkle in little seeds in order to be able to like talk about it later, which is this is an example of that, like the story of Balder. So it's
yeah.
kind of,
And the same thing with the doom stuff. You see where it's going to lead you, right?
yeah,
And
the
he
guy
probably
that we,
had some
yeah,
plan.
hmm the guy that we originally thought was Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
We know it's like some kind of demon.
Can I just say too, the way he draws the armor Loki's wearing in panel 3, that's just such a great way to show chainmail.
Hmm
Just
Yeah.
feels so three-dimensional.
hmm
Simonson, man, you're so good. And we get our doom, and we know it's not related to Bill.
I thought initially, well, I don't know yet, but I thought that he might be the bad guy that's chasing Bill, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, I should say. Can't remember. And then another storyline we get a hint of for
Yeah,
Renee. It's
yeah.
cute. It's cute how Simonson takes a moment to introduce the character too. He gets a whole full page before he gets smushed.
Before he gets eaten. Yeah.
That lighthouse looks really lonely too. And then back to Sif, who's just completely in command in this battle.
hmm
She's not even trying hard. I bet she'd be really good at box jumps too, based on that jump she does in panel 5. Yeah, no big deal. She beat him up. I've defeated your champion. And then Throg's like, all right, let's go. We're gonna stoke the furnace. So Sif has really done something to help Bill, right? So um
And actually helped so he's all like, "Oh, are you guys still gonna?" She's all like, "Are you guys still gonna make that hammer? You so sinister." He's like, "Actually, you helped us out. That was that guy was bullying us. We just wanted to get rid of him,"
uh-huh.
which was kind of cool. That's what I liked about it. So the dwarfs weren't really that bad. They just wanted to get rid of their champion,
Yeah.
which is weird because they could have just asked outright, "Hey, can you send somebody to beat up this bully?"
Mm-hmm. Because they weren't really gonna put her in, what's the word again? Not thrall or whatever it was. Chattel. She was never gonna be their chattel, really.
Well, maybe she would have been, but they probably promised it to him. He's like, "Hey, can you just leave us alone if we send you a wife?" And then to them, it's like, "Can you guys, if you beat this guy, then we will make the hammer."
Oh yeah. Of course she knew there would be no problem. This is like child's play for her.
Mhm.
And then this nice scene with her and Bill. I keep thinking like the castle almost looks like something out of a Kurosawa film, like a samurai, the samurai living inside the master's castle or something. It just
Mhm.
has this open, with like very physical feel to it.
Mhm.
Um, Love that little bit in the bottom with her hand hovering over his hand.
And he pulls it away because he's machine.
And she's got concerns. She doesn't want to get in the way of him helping his people.
Mm-hmm.
Her face in that last panel, like it's really conflicted. And then the fires.
If you go to the next page, that's a funny one. So so the page after this.
Oh
They're
yeah.
dogs, right? They're all wearing goggles. and Sif's, they're all wearing helmets because it's dangerous. You gotta be safe. Safe. She's wearing like literally like a hard hat you would wear at like the Ford plant.
It's nice to know the gods have goggles.
Nice
Wouldn't
enough
you?
that they want to be safe. Not during battle, mind you, but when they go and build stuff.
The trolls aren't wearing them though.
Yeah, trolls are.
This blinding light is not gonna, and they're not wearing ear protection either. Now that I think of it, the deafening roar. No one's wearing ear protection that
Hey,
we can see anyway.
no one's gonna make them wear helmets and goggles.
But there it is. Power, it
Kathum,
flows into me. I'm changing.
kathum, bada boom.
Just a brilliant last page. And I
Look at
gotta,
the,
next to last page. And I gotta show you the original is in the Simonson collection.
oh my God, I want to see that. Oh, that looks so good.
You look at it in more, oh no, this is zoomed in. Like, look at the way he's placing his blacks, all the work that goes into that. The hammer is actually glowing
Mhm,
the way he's drawn it there. Ah, it's just like bursting with energy.
mhm.
Actually looks worse colored, I think.
Oh, it's always like that, in my opinion. Do you think Workman did the bada boom or
No,
did
that's Workman for sure. You're right.
oh
It absolutely looks better in the original.
mhm.
Yeah, these are Workman sound effects for sure.
Oh, okay. And
He,
so that's part of the script, you think?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Damn, this looks good. Oh, I gotta pull out my artist edition.
Me too.
And
I,
then, they get ready. And then, sorry, I don't mean to rush. I just want to get to that last page. Sif says, I'm coming with you to space.
yeah, in the previous page, they crossed their hammers. Sorry.
Right. Oh,
Picture.
and now it's like a wrestling team up, right?
Yeah.
And from a distance in panel 3 there, they've got the same costume too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they look like brothers.
Mhm. And sister. Oh no, she's
And
not there yet. She's not there yet. Yeah.
not the sister. Well, not she could never be their sister, right?
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's not appropriate.
But they're, yeah. That'd be kind of look on his face too in panel 3, like, oh hell yeah. I guess 4. Oh hell yeah, come along with us.
Look at that tooth grinder. He's pissed. He's got blood in his mouth.
Tooth gnasher and tooth grinder. Oh my god, love it. Can't wait for the next issue.
Nice.
We're just like, all right, classic comics on Classic Comics Cavalcade.
Yep. Hashtag Classic Comics Cavalcade.
Thanks, Amir.
Thanks, Jason.